You all right? Why do you look drunk? Hold on, you're muted.
Why is my mic
I'm sorry.
off?
Maybe I'm drunk. Why do you look drunk? You tired?
I am tired.
Talking to the mic, bro. Like last week,
it's right in front of my face.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm
So,
sorry. I apologize.
I know that you're scared of my wife.
I'm scared of your wife.
Be honest now. Those flowers stink upstairs.
I'm not going to comment on that.
They smell like sewer water.
I am not in a position to comment on that.
She's not here. What are you scared of?
Does she hear this later?
It would be my luck that she watches this.
She doesn't
this
watch this show.
No, I am going to. You know what I've learned over time? You agree with women. It's that simple. You know what? They smell amazing. I'm just going to say that.
Women are the flowers.
I'd rather not be in the doghouse. That's just me. I mean, we're talking about flowers here. They smell fine. They smell like flowers, John.
No, they don't.
Oh my God, this guy's
supposed to have my back.
I do in most things except when it comes to your wife.
So you're scared of her.
She's gonna take my key from my studio and then.
Don't worry. When you get married, you're gonna have the same energy flowing back.
I don't know about all that, but anyways. Besides that, you good? How was your week?
Worked like a dog, and then came down here because I heard noises.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's normally what happens. Ghost. Speaking of ghosts, so just in case someone, hear voices and we haven't shown her yet, we have a guest today. An actress.
Yes.
Improv as well.
Improv, yes.
And I will let her introduce herself.
All right. Where do I look?
That's your camera. Right there. Right in front of you.
My name is Erica Romero.
Awesome name. Where are you from?
I'm from Lake Zurich, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the city of wind?
I think like 7 years.
7 years?
7 years.
Do you regret it? Be honest.
No, I love it.
Really?
Wow.
It's
too cold.
I'm dying to get out.
Where do you want to go?
Anywhere but here. It's so unsafe in this city. I mean, it's bad. It's getting bad. This. You know what's funny? Every time I watch the news now, it's always something freaking negative. Somebody got shot. Somebody died. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, we're not even in the summer yet. It's still cold. Like this morning, I walked out of my house and it's frost all over, and it's already like hot rock city. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sick of it. Like I really want to go somewhere where I can go outside, stand and talk to somebody without the fear of getting shot. I don't know.
I don't know if there's some place.
I mean, not in Chicago.
Not
is
over
it?
here.
Not in
There's
Chicago.
no place like that.
Well, I mean, if you live in like in the middle of nowhere in like Tennessee or something, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty quiet down there.
Illinois, there's got to be places.
Suburbs are pretty quiet.
In Cook County that you can, maybe not.
I mean, even here, I mean, you technically don't live in Chicago, and it's a little quieter here than it is across Harlem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyways, enough about that. Enough about this raggedy city. I'm sorry.
So why are you hating on Chicago?
I've been here too long. I need to change. You know what? I grew up in the city. So I think it's different for people that come from like smaller towns and come into Chicago because it overwhelms them because there's so much here.
We've gotten chased. We've almost gotten shot.
I've gotten a lot of close calls,
That's
too.
That's your fault, by the way.
I've gotten followed home. But I love the city.
Really?
Yeah.
And you live in Logan Square, you said, right?
That was in the West Loop, though.
Oh, it was in West Loop?
Yeah.
Logan Square is probably one of the nicer places right now. And it's moving on up because it's getting really busy down there. As crazy as that sounds. Because I grew up in Logan Square for a lot of years. And it's nothing like it is right now. Like it's like you start seeing taller buildings and all this nightlife and all totally this and all that. It's ridiculous right now. The money over there is ridiculous.
Well, I was in Humboldt Park.
You were in Humboldt Park.
Different.
That's dangerous.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Wow, you sound like a man today, bro.
I've been practicing this one thing. Yeah. Practicing.
Does he usually sound different?
Yeah, he's got a little more high pitch.
A little bit more Mickey Mouse-ish.
Yeah.
Oh,
a little bit on the higher end.
Somebody put some bass in his voice.
I might be sick or no, I think it's this one thing I'm doing.
Yelling?
Really what is it? It's very vague.
Just going,
So you're trying to train
it fucking works.
Nice.
I heard it on a YouTube video.
Interesting.
Or a TikTok video.
It's funny. People like me would pay a lot of money to train to increase my range, and you're over here diminishing your range.
Why would you want to
increase range? I feel like it makes you more flexible as an actor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think when you have more things you can play around with, you don't sound so serious all the time like I do. Most of the time I sound very serious. Anyways, what were we talking about? We're talking about you're an actress.
Yes.
Why are you an actress?
Basically, it's fun to like play pretend, basically, and I started with improv, and that kind of got taken away because of Corona.
Oh yeah.
You can still do it, but all the theaters like shut down and everything, and so then I kind of just got tunnel vision and went into acting. I kind of always wanted to do it. I like telling the stories and getting like lost in characters. It's fun.
It is fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Did you do any training?
I just started, so I
You
feel like
just started.
major imposter syndrome.
Why?
Yeah,
You've done work though, right?
I have. Yeah, I have.
You're
but
an actress.
but
Period.
okay,
Period. Hands
okay.
down.
It's hard to say it when it's so new.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100% because I'm kind of in that same boat.
really.
I don't really have. I mean, I've done it. I've been technically in the game, as you would say, for like 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, like 2 years. But I mean, I haven't done too much. I mean, I've done a few. I've done Chicago PD. I've done another couple,
Oh.
a couple other things. Nothing crazy, but I still feel very novice, and I don't think you ever stop
Feeling that.
Well, yeah, like
comfortable.
learning and whatever. Like, I mean, I've gotten a little more comfortable with certain things. Like, I was a nervous wreck, like my first couple auditions and stuff like that. But like,
Yeah, I've never done it in person. I have actually once.
have you?
Yeah,
What was your experience?
in person, I was like, "What happened?" Kind of. Like,
It was
don't-
all a blur.
Pretty much. There's a bunch of people that look like you, and it's
Isn't that weird?
Oh,
so weird.
That's weird. That's odd. That's like how I feel whenever I do an audition and I don't get the part, and then I see the person who got it, and I'm like, God, you look just like me. Like literally, they were looking for someone who looks specifically like me. Like that one. Remember that one I showed you?
Should you say specifically?
I am Hispanic.
Hispanic came out.
I'm sorry. I apologize for being
E
Hispanic.
after the S.
Do you remember that part I'm talking
Before
about?
the
It was for
S.
like Chicago PD.
Yeah.
And then we
Oh,
went
I
to
can see
watch
that,
it. We
yeah.
went to go watch it, and it was like a bald headed guy with a beard, but he was more like I think he was more Arab. I think nationality wise, and I'm Hispanic, so I'm like, oh, maybe they wanted a different, they want a Hispanic or whatever. And I'm like, damn, like he literally really really looked like
Yeah,
me,
he did.
like legit, like. And I think I was one of the last like few that they
Oh,
were picking.
okay.
I was on my second release for that or
Okay.
whatever. So what have you been on? What have you done?
I just basically
Anything.
indie stuff.
Indies? How do you feel about indies?
A lot of fun.
Are they?
I mean, and like I just got an agent in January.
Who you with?
Dream Team?
Okay. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people that are with Dream Team.
Yeah, she's awesome. So I've had a couple of auditions for Chicago shows, but nothing yet.
Nothing yet?
Yeah, I think I've been doing this about like 7 months.
Okay.
I've done a lot of indie stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
What do you think is keeping you from getting on one of the major shows? What do you think you struggle with?
tell me.
I mean, you have
She's
to
like,
know,
you tell
right?
me.
I have to know
I'm
why
assuming you have to know what you struggle with. Like, what's hard for you when it comes to acting? So that was probably me. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Well,
Maybe acting like she's not smarter than everybody else in the room.
Maybe. I think he's being a smartass.
yeah.
No, I'm being serious.
No, but like on a serious
What do you
note, like,
mean?
Is this, well, weren't you?
Oh, okay. I know what he's talking about. The
oh,
neuroscience.
Yeah, you're in neuroscience.
Yeah. I get in my head a lot of almost like, oh, why am I here almost? About like, and I also think not having enough credits. Like I haven't gone to acting school or anything like that. Also getting in my head of being like,
Getting in your head is hard.
yeah, do I belong here? Even though it's like I was invited into the room,
You
clearly.
belong there.
Yeah, that's,
you need to. I think at some
You know
point
what I
you're gonna
mean?
realize that because I went through the same thing, and I took a class. I took a class at Black Box one time, and one thing that they're more of a theater kind of school. I'm not big on theater, but one of the things that stuck with me was like the guy goes and says, the teacher says, you're enough. You are enough.
yeah.
Like they invited you. They saw something in you.
Yeah.
Just run with that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, again, we're not going to get every part. That's obvious, right? We're going to get more no's than we are yeses. It's 100% true.
Definitely.
But if you're there and you are invited,
Yeah.
that means you have something that they liked.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Especially,
I mean, it's easier said
back.
than done. Don't get me wrong. But there's got to be something else you struggle with, like lines, memorizing,
Memorizing. Oh, yeah. But
being realistic.
That
was my thing.
I think I could stay grounded is the thing. I think, yeah, I'm not good at like memorizing so much. I don't know. I think I need more experience.
And you get it through your indie films? You think you're getting it through your indie films?
I think I am. Yeah.
What
I like
was your
that
last?
experience
What was your
a lot.
last indie? What was your experience?
There's one. I think it's coming out tonight. It's called The Attic.
Okay. You know what? I feel like I have heard that. Sure, continue. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
feel like I've probably seen it on some Facebook.
Yeah,
Some
you've
on
probably
Facebook.
seen it.
Yeah.
It's with that one studio.
Oh, the one down the street. The one in by O'Hara Airport.
Yeah,
okay.
that one. With the planes all the time.
We know about that studio.
Why?
We'll talk about it later. We don't talk about that studio on the air. I'm kidding. But you can.
But you can.
You can talk about
when
it.
this
We'll
is
talk
off,
about
you'll tell me about it?
it. Yeah, we'll tell you about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And
then, I'm in another one called Trust You coming up. I don't think they'll use that studio, so that...
So it's a plus automatically.
I was going to say, there you go.
By the way,
Yes.
just for so you can know, you are also going to be in another short film because I am going to book you for my short film. So congratulations.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you're happy about it or not.
No, I am. I really wanted...
mean,
I was telling my partner because I was like, oh, I like the dialogue because a lot of parts that I get sent to me, I just like kind of don't like. It's very like sexist, or I'm like too young, where I'm like, okay, come on, I can't pass as like a middle schooler. Or, like the auditions that I do get.
I will say you do have you definitely have a plus because you do look young. That means, how old are you now, by the way?
Yes, I told
Well,
you.
you told me at least to 27 or something.
I'm 27, yeah.
27?
27.
Legit? Or are you lying to me?
Why would I lie about that?
I'm kidding. I mean, but literally,
You can
could
pass for
probably-
like a 19-year-old.
That means
That's all my auditions are getting 19, and I keep, or younger, and I keep thinking like, aren't they going to see my tape and want like an actual kid?
But hold on, but that means you can have the longest career ever. I mean, you're gonna look like you're in your mid 20s when you're like almost 40.
That girl from the Gilmore Girls.
I don't know which one.
The younger
The fact
one.
that you watch that show is beyond
I
me.
don't. But
Okay, I
for
kinda
so
want-
long.
Yep.
Now that we both
But the daughter, she was kissing guys on the show that she was like 8 years older than. You know what I'm saying? Because she looks like an 18-year-old, but she's actually 28. So she would be making out with like a 18, 19-year-old kid.
See, and I'll get that. Not that I'm doing that, but like the boyfriends I get,
just saying.
they'll be like 20 years old, like around that age.
And you're
I'm
like
I
hella
feel
older than
so
them. Yeah.
weird.
Can you imagine? They get you someone who's under 8. I'm like, I can't do this legally. I mean, seriously, this is like illegal. I mean, I'm 27. You definitely have an advantage. I mean, you're going to have that look for a long time. And then, you know what? Use it. I mean, there's always going to be roles for your demographic. Is that the right word? Demographic?
My
That's the right
agent
word.
just talked about aging me up.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, it's time to age you up.
So right now, where's your age? Where's your age group? Where's your age group right now?
She's up to 22 now.
I am.
You were what? 6? Where did they age you? Your agent.
Not kidding. 16. Not she doesn't, but that's like the role. 16 to like, I'd say early 20s. Which that's
I can
fine.
totally see it.
Yeah.
You fooled me when you told me you were 27. I was like, wow.
I thought when I told you I was 27, I was like, I probably didn't get it because he's probably thinking.
The thing was, here was my thing. I didn't want to use anybody because obviously my biggest issue with my script was, so I'm playing one of the main characters and I have a friend playing another main character and we're of a certain age and I needed your age to be kind of relevant to it. I don't want to say too much, but be relevant to it, right? So I needed her to be kind of young because it wouldn't make any sense if she was like really in her mid 20s. It wouldn't make sense because me and her are in our 30s. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't make sense in the story. So I'm like, I don't want to get a kid. I don't want to have a kid that's under the age of 18, an actual underage 18, because that's kind of hard to deal with. You know, they're kids.
Yeah.
They're kids. So like, you know, it takes more time. You have to have more patience with them, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's a certain scene that I want to do that if I had a 16-year-old, I wouldn't want them to do the scene, period. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got to find someone who's over 18, who looks younger, who would be comfortable doing certain things. Nothing crazy. Just
okay.
And nothing crazy like that. More involves like, you know, weapons, stuff like that. Of that nature. You
And
know
I've
what I'm
been
saying?
told that too when you audition. It's like, well, you're also like an adult, and a lot of like subjects
Yeah.
in TV shows are older, so they're gonna want someone.
Yeah, who's going to be a little more understanding with certain things versus the child who you have to be more careful, and then you got to involve their parents and this and that and all that. So I'm like, you know what? I'll avoid all that and I'll hire someone who looks young. Jonathan didn't look young enough for me, so I couldn't get him in there. But
You do look young though.
yeah, you do. I will say. I'll give you that.
How old are you? Can I ask?
I think the question is,
Yeah,
how old do we look?
Yeah. It's
Start there. I'll let you pick him first. Pick on him first.
30s.
Oh, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
You gotta be a little more. You gotta bring it
I gotta
down.
keep it vague. 30s.
The broad spectrum.
35.
Yeah.
That's actually the oldest I've gotten in a long time.
Wow, you sound so off your voice.
It's
today.
because of your voice. It sounds.
You sound like a man.
I'm
today.
38.
I'm 38.
Are you actually 38?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You look younger too. You don't look 38.
Usually get like 28, 30. I don't know. That may be
Well,
pushing it.
Maybe not that anymore.
No.
Plus, you have a beard, so it's
Aged.
kind of it.
That's all right, though.
Years.
I'm
My
good.
turn. What do you think?
I'm
Yes.
gonna say 35 as well.
You're right.
No.
You are right.
Oh, okay. I was just about to change it.
I am 35, so
Because
me,
I was like,
35.
if you're childhood friends, you might be the same age.
The thing is, I feel like I look older because I have the broom over my lip right now, and I normally don't have a broom over my lip.
The broom.
The broom.
I haven't heard that ever.
No,
The broom.
I'm sorry. Did I just show my age? Probably.
Yeah.
Well, you just told it too.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
So, what do you like more, acting or improv? It's more enjoyable for you.
Well, now I'm starting to enjoy acting now that I'm getting to do it more. I haven't gone back to improv, but I loved improv because you didn't have to memorize anything.
I know. That's why
that was the thing.
Want to do it.
Yeah, he
just for
needs a
that.
script, though.
Who, me?
Aren't you more?
Yeah, I'm more of a script guy, but I mean, I'm pretty quick. I'm pretty quick on the draw. On
Then
occasion.
you can do it. Yeah, I like making like a whole story and you're given like one word. It's so
you know what?
fun.
You know what? So I went to a improv show not too long ago, right in Logan Square.
Logan Square Improv?
Yeah. I
Okay,
went there.
yeah,
I
there
went
you go.
Don't tell me you worked there. Did you do work there?
No, I did like the IO and
Okay. So I went to one of their shows one day, and I was a big fan, kind of like John. I was a big fan of
Whose line?
Whose Line? Whose Line is in any way is like one of my favorite shows. And fucking your dryer's beeping at me. I can hear your dryer, but it's okay.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. So we went to that Logan Square Improv, and the groups come out, and they're like you said, they'll ask everybody, let me get a topic, and they'll throw something out, but then right off the bat, they're not even talking about that.
It's supposed to be what you're inspired by the word.
That's
You
why
can use it.
I feel like that's why I thought it was kind of like pre-scripted.
Oh, no,
for a
not at
second.
all.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's just like boring if you're given like snake and right away everyone's like, there's a snake on the ground. And like it's more fun if
I
there's
got
like
a snake in my trouser leg.
Yeah, see, like that's. I guess maybe that would be.
In my trousers.
Oh, you're really showing your age.
I'm working on my British. Okay, my British.
It's awful.
It is. That's why you work on something. Hello. Anyways, we'll ignore the person across the table.
Yeah, so that's been the hardest thing with acting is now there's lines. So
yeah, you know what?
it almost screwed me over because I'm like, okay,
How so?
it needs to be because I thought it has to be exactly precise, and I would get in my head about that.
What do you mean by precise? Give me an example.
It needs to be exactly word for word, which I try to be, yeah. But
So I've learned. Go ahead, John.
Doesn't have to be verbatim.
Right.
like completely.
I've learned over time that it does. I mean, okay. Do you make an attempt?
Oh
be
yeah,
verbatim?
yes.
Sure. It is what you've heard. I mean, what you hear, because some actors are a little obviously different than others. The ones I've been around that are like what I would consider professional actors, right? Like the big ones that I've worked with, they're verbatim unless it's obviously told that they have to improv the things. Whenever a show that I'm on and I have a full script, when I'm watching it at home, I'm following just to see who fucks up. Like who goes off the script. And a lot of like Chicago PD, for example, that episode I was following word for word, right? So some of them go word for word. Like word for word. They're on the money.
That's what I want.
They're on the money. Then there's some that kind of change here and there. They'll add this, take this out, blah, 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 blah. I think the concept is as long as you don't take away. I mean, I was taught to respect the writers.
That's
right?
what I thought.
That's what
So
I was
don't
taught. I was taught respect the writers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't see nothing wrong with changing a word as long as you don't take away from that. Make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
You know?
definitely.
How do we get into this tangent? I'm so lost in this
I
conversation.
don't know.
But you asked what I liked more about improv.
Okay,
and
yeah. So
acting.
you like the freedom of improv?
I like the freedom of improv that you can, say whatever.
That's pretty
See
cool.
where it goes.
I'm waiting for you to weigh in on the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
You didn't hear what happened?
What happened at the
What
Oscars?
happened?
Is it? Wow. So, in current news, actor Will Smith.
Current news from
A week ago. Sorry, we're a week late. I'm sorry. We only do this once a week, ladies and gentlemen. So Will Smith
Yeah.
is headlining everything right now. He apparently went on stage and smacked the shit, according to Chris Rock, in the face on the Oscars for basically throwing a joke at his wife. John, how do you feel about that?
Oh my God. Okay, so like, in what world is that like a thing? Like, where's security? Did nobody? I guess everybody thought that was scripted
I thought so.
until he started screaming, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was scripted
And then
too.
I could see his lip quivering, and then
Oh, wow.
Chris looked like he was like fucking befuddled. So then you kind of got the notion that might be real, and it's fucking sad, man. Like, I've watched videos of him, like close-up videos of his face, like afterwards, when so he was the presenter, right? And then as the people were getting their award for best documentary or something like that, you could see like the shame in his face, like the embarrassment. I just felt like so bad for him, man. That's kind of a
It's a horrible way to.
no. I don't know what he's fucking doing. And the guy was laughing at the joke at first, and then Jada gave him a look, and then not so much.
Big boy
right?
pants came on after that. Gave him
Big
that
boy
look.
my ass. I mean, you would have to say something really revolting to me for me. Like, I'm a bigger guy. I'm 5'6", but I'm like 215, 220 pounds. If you're a guy who's like fucking 5'4", 140, I'm not gonna hit you no matter what you say. You would really have to fucking get under my skin, not like some tame ass joke like that.
So to sum up, and we'll go back into detail. Chris, who's the victim here? In your eyes,
What
John?
the fuck do you mean? Who's the victim?
I'm just answering the question.
Jada might be a victim if he knew.
Reports say that he didn't know.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Quote unquote, the reports. Now, mind you, this is what the reports say. We have no idea if it's 100% true or not.
See,
but according to reports,
This
he
is
did
where
not know.
I think actors are kind of self-involved. They think that everybody knows just because they go on Facebook and say, okay, I got alopecia, that they assume everybody knows now just because they said it. And I don't think it's like that at all. I didn't even know.
I didn't know.
Did
either.
you know? Yeah.
No, I
mean,
didn't.
but they expect just because you announced it on some TV show that the whole world knows.
I think you could have handled it different.
Who?
Will Smith. I think it
Absolutely.
sucks to make fun of someone's like,
Illness.
illness, and then, but yeah, he might not have known. It would have been better if Will Smith went up and actually said something instead of hitting him.
Agreed.
Or
I
like
agree.
when he got the award.
Yeah,
he
why
could
not
have
just
brought
say,
like my beautiful wife who is like has this, it wasn't cool to make that joke.
Let's put it simple. So my opinion on this is Will could have handled that a million different ways. I understand what people say, right? Oh, he did the man thing instead of for his woman. I get it. That's not the place for that. If you're on the street and some random guy's just talking shit to you or talking shit about your girl, a little bit of a different story,
yeah.
right? But you are in a professional setting where a professional comedian who is paid to tell jokes. Okay.
It's not
And that's
like
his
it's
job.
foreign to you. You
That's
know
what
who
he
he
does.
is. Yeah.
That's what he does. Freaking Chris Rock has made a living roasting people,
Yeah.
right? That's what he does. Okay. You should know that's what he does. And you're going to take something personal.
On quite possibly the biggest day of your career,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of people's, and it got taken from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot of the other winners.
And
And the host,
the attention
it's
was
not on
drawn
them.
away from what it should have been on. Like the documentary that he was presenting didn't get the same
Yeah.
reaction
who's gonna
because
know?
of what's going on.
Who's going to know?
You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be known for one thing.
He stole those
10,
moments.
20 years from now.
Or whoever's hosting it, like that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And now I don't know.
Fucking Chris Rock apologized to Wanda Sykes.
He
Okay,
did. And it was like, this
who was
was supposed to
hosting.
be your night.
And she's like, why are you apologizing? You know,
Oh, yeah, you're right, I
that
do
just
that.
goes to show what a good guy he is. And what a fucking trooper he is. Like, I wouldn't have been able to control myself. I don't care who it is
Dude,
slapping me.
that could have ended
Yeah.
up really, really bad.
Yeah,
Can you
it
imagine if
could've.
you would have tackled them walking away or
imagine
some shit?
you go...
And you got a brawl.
Or he
happening
just hit
on
him
national
back.
TV. Oh my god.
So what
They
the
would
fuck
just cut the
happens there?
cameras.
Yeah, I mean...
You just cut the cameras. I'm guessing.
I'm
You don't like
assuming.
let people fight.
Well, why didn't they cut it when he was...
Because I
They're
think they
both
were, I think-
comedians.
yeah, I think they thought, because I saw an interview with the producer of this year's Oscars, and he said that he thought everything was fine because he thought Will might go up there and just clown around with him. You know, maybe
That's
play
what
with
I
him and be like, hey, apologize to my, goofing around or something like that. He said it didn't sink in until Chris went backstage and he asked him, like, hey, did he really smack you? He's like, yeah, he smacked the fucking shit out of me. And I'm like,
craziness.
now here's the thing. This will never happen again. I promise you.
No,
There's
no.
going to
Oh.
be security around the stage. Anyone
gonna
who
be
gets up there now is
precise.
getting tackled.
It's going to look like a Jerry Springer show.
But the funny thing is that it's happened before, right? Because, I mean, it happened with Kanye. When Kanye went up and took the mic from
Taylor Swift.
Poor Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she didn't even,
Yeah.
she looked like a deer in
She's
headlights. She's like,
blindsided.
I wouldn't know what
what
to say after
do
that.
I do now? Should I sing? I don't know.
Should
What
I
is-
give it to Beyonce? No.
That was so rude too.
Yeah, really.
Like, that was so rude.
What did Jada say about this?
I think she said that it's time for healing. I think she posted a twit. A twit.
I don't know.
A twit.
A twit.
That British accent he's working on.
A Twitter. I think she said something like that. Like, oh, this is a moment for healing, or it's time to heal, or something like that. I'm like,
A positive, it's brought a lot of attention to this disease.
yes.
You know what I mean? And
I
it's
agree.
shed light on it. It's a really crappy way to.
By the way, I did find a very old video, which I thought was interesting. think
I know what you're talking
the one,
about.
the one on Arsenio Hall with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my! So wait, talk about a contradiction, right? So
Yeah.
he's literally on stage with Arsenio Hall back in like the early mid '90s or whatever it was, and he makes a joke about the bass player being bald. He's like, "Oh, he has rules, and the rule is he has to polish that head every day before he comes to work." Now that guy, I'm a bald head, right? I know what it's like to lose your hair. I understand, right? That's something I had to suffer with.
Yeah.
I've accepted it, but I had to suffer when I lost my hair, right? No one wants to lose their freaking hair. Women or men. Nobody. That's an insult. But you know what Will says afterwards? It's a joke. Come on. Yeah. The same thing Chris Rock says, but yet for some reason you're going to get up and smack him when no one got up and smacked you because they respected it. It was just a joke.
It's like everybody was saying. This was building up in him. It's not about Chris Rock. It's about
He might not be well in general, which is.
I think he has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
I mean, if my wife did that to me she just fucking emasculated him for the past 2-3 years, 4 years.
With the entanglement thing?
With that, that was pretty embarrassing. And then she's in love with Tupac, and it's almost like she wants Will to be Tupac, and he's never gonna be Tupac.
I think
it's so weird.
Here's the interesting part. I think if Will would have done his actions backwards, we would look at this completely different. If he would have yelled at Chris first and told him to keep, even if you want to cuss, even if you want to say, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. If you would have yelled that first without going on stage, I'm pretty sure Chris would have stopped right there.
Yeah.
And you would have saved face. You wouldn't look so bad.
Or even give him one of these.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Even if you want to yell at him, you save face because you didn't go up there. Yeah, it's going to be a sketch. Yeah, he yelled in the crowd, but he just yelled. Right. It's because everybody's like, oh, it's they're trying to blame. Some people are trying to blame Chris and say he went out of line or whatever. I'm like, they're words. And a lot of people are saying, well, Will, you should have used your words. Okay, well, then yell at him and tell him to stop. However you want to do that. But at least it's not an action. You're not assaulting somebody.
Yeah.
Now, if Chris would have kept on and you want to do that, okay, I understand. I'd still disagree. I still think you should have called security and been like, hey, we got to do something about him.
So imagine the biggest day of your career. I mean, it's his first Oscar, right?
Yep.
That he's ever won. Imagine you're Imagine Chris Rock actually presses charges and LAPD is escorting him out in handcuffs.
And the winner
on
is
the biggest day of your fucking career. Right? That'd be so odd. And I heard somebody say, you know what should have been the punishment? Chris Rock accepting the award in his
I would have done
behalf.
that. Honestly, that would have been what I would have done.
Really?
I would have done.
That would have been funny.
I don't think you can take away his Oscar because he did the work.
No.
I don't. Yeah.
He did the work. I
it,
think he should get it, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I was the producer or whatever or the committee, I would have been like, look, you're gonna sit your ass right there. You're not gonna accept this award. You're gonna get it, but someone's gonna come up here and talk for you. Period. End of conversation. Because you don't deserve to come up here at all. And Jim Carrey said it beautifully. Did you hear what Jim Carrey said?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey said it beautifully. The sickening part was everybody gave him a standing O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, really? He just slapped somebody and made a scene in the theater of an award show. And we give him
he
a
could have
standing
apologized too when he accepted the award.
He didn't apologize till 48 hours later.
That's what I mean. And he could have pointed out that his wife, you know what I mean,
Suffers
is ill. Yeah, and be like, that's not cool. She's, you know, is struggling with this. And then the G.I. Jane joke made.
That was a really tame joke. It wasn't nothing crazy.
She's an amazing character.
It was nothing crazy.
I thought it was pretty funny.
I thought it was okay.
But then again, I didn't know she had.
I didn't know she had alopecia either.
So
I really didn't, and I think alopecia is a serious thing because I think it's obviously it's a visual thing, right? It's more you're not gonna die from alopecia. No, that doesn't happen. But it's a very traumatizing thing for women because women are normally have hair. That's why for us men it doesn't matter. They don't really. They're not sensitive. It
should matter.
It should matter.
God damn it.
I'm gonna bring up male pattern baldness awareness month. That's what we need around here. I get it, right? But at the same time, I mean, if he didn't know, if it was honestly he didn't know. Now I did read that it was a joke that wasn't off script. It wasn't part of his original set from his prompter.
Oh, so he saw her.
Yeah,
thought that
he made a joke. He made a joke. Yeah. But again, if he didn't know, if he didn't know. Now again, I
so honestly, if he didn't know, you literally slapped the guy and embarrassed him and embarrassed yourself for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
And this is when you said about you know not knowing and not being part of like Instagram or whatever. I mean, he's a famous person. He's famous, right? How much do famous people really keep up with other famous people's news? We keep up with it because we're not famous. We like
bored.
to know about famous people. But when you're famous, like, do you really think Chris Rock,
who's probably on the road like half the year,
do you really think he really follows Jada Pinkett Smith and watched her show where she said she had I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't sit around and watch The View. No. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. You
never know.
I mean, maybe you're right, maybe, but most famous people don't really pay attention to stuff like that. It was almost like that Luke Perry episode in Family Guy, where like Luke Perry's in his mansion and he's reading all the high school newspapers to see if anybody mentioned him, and then Meg says that he's gay. You remember that?
I don't remember.
You remember that episode? Whatever. But it's like it was a joke. It was a joke because most famous people don't necessarily really watch other famous people like that. I would think. Do you really have time? I mean, he's on the road already. Chris Rock had a show yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
it was the first one.
He didn't really want to talk about it, but I can't wait till he goes.
His sales are now amazing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, from like, what, $60 to like 400 plus?
Sitting in the fucking ceiling, hearing it from outside costs money.
It's a $300 markup.
We're going to charge you just for hearing the sound that leaks from the windows.
Jesus Christ.
What do you? Okay, so again, you're a young lady. You're a part of the LGBT community, correct?
I am, yes.
Okay, so if your partner, girlfriend, whatever you want to say, if you were insulted, would you want your partner to react this way?
No.
Why not?
I would be embarrassed. It's embarrassing because it's like you're speaking for me. And like, I don't know, I feel like I can. Also, you lose so much credibility once you take actions like that. You like lose the argument in a way by, going overboard.
Yeah. I don't think he should be canceled or anything of that nature because that's kind of getting thrown around too.
But he's looking like the bully, and Chris is looking like the
That's what I mean. You lose your credibility once you go past a certain step.
Yeah.
Instead of like having a debate, because he could have won that if he was like, "Hey, don't make fun of that."
Yeah, he could have came out. I don't want to say came out the victor because at the end of the day, it is a joke. I think the majority of the theater took it as a joke, right?
Yeah.
Everyone kind of laughed at it or booed. I think he was getting booed for it and that's part of it. That's part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it was just a joke. It wasn't nothing like his whole goal was to walk out there and I'm going to make fun of her. It's specifically her, and I'm going to make sure that I insult her enough.
He didn't say her.
No, yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure his goal was I'm going to piss her off so much that it's going to make Will come up here and smack me.
Yeah.
It was more of a pun. Like, that's what they do. That's what they do. I mean, he went crazy on Bill Clinton a long time ago. On Monica Lewinsky and the whole scandal. He went crazy on her, on that.
Yeah.
I didn't see Hillary give Bill a look. And Bill walked up there I didn't see that.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he took it. I'm pretty sure he took it with a.
The Clintons, they don't slap people. You know what they do.
I wouldn't want someone to do that for me.
I don't think I would.
Would you want?
Here's this, again. I think it's all situational in my case because obviously I'm a guy, right? So I'm by nature we are somewhat taught to protect the women. That's kind of how we're normally taught, right? John, would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. I still think it's a time and place thing.
I agree.
It's a time and place thing. If I'm at a stand-up, if I'm in a comedy club and he makes fun of my girl or whatever, I can't get mad at it. We're in a comedy club. This is what they do. Now, if you find me if the same person finds me on the street, you're no longer getting paid to do this, and you're just having yourself a nice little time trying to make fun of me. That's a different story, in my opinion.
And he literally picked the worst time and the worst place to do it. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's just, I feel bad for him. He's such a good actor. Well, I kind of feel bad for him.
What about Jada? Do you feel bad for her? Because the joke was at her expense, but people didn't know.
I think people are really bashing her really bad right now, though. Like they're saying she's toxic and all. Will,
what? Okay. It doesn't seem like he's happy, right, in that relationship.
He didn't look happy on stage.
I mean he's happy because he won.
Yeah,
he's
won an Oscar.
But
I can bet you tons of money that fucking he's miserable at home.
Well, he lost it on stage. He was like crying, saying he's a vessel of love, and
vessel of love.
He showed that.
Did you not see his acceptance speech?
I watched it, but
I watched it before the slap because I wanted to know who won. And I kept seeing the slap, and I was like, oh, that's a joke. I'll watch it after. Then I saw the acceptance speech, and everyone just was talking about a slap. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah,
and I looked up the slap, and I was like, oh, okay.
I think Jada, here's the thing. That relationship is not healthy. I don't think as a man, if you're married with someone, and from my understanding, they have an open relationship, from my understanding, last thing I heard.
Yeah.
So what does that mean exactly? It means you can go mess around with whoever you want. Now, Will won't do it, right? Because Will's very...
I think he has done it.
No, he is very
Did you
to
ask
my
him?
wife. No, but he's talked about this. He's talked about stuff like that. Like he's very family, marriage, his wife, blah. And you can tell he literally embarrassed himself on national television defending his wife, who's in an open relationship with him, who had a relationship with his son's friend. The guy who he cheated with, the guy who Jada slept with, was their son's friend, who's like
that's okay.
Early
the entanglement,
the entanglement, his friend or whatever. Like he's a young kid, rapper
well, if
kid.
Will Smith said it's fine,
but that's not healthy mentally. You know what I'm saying?
And bringing him out on your TV show to fucking embarrass him like that's. I mean,
rough.
I understand an open relationship, but that's literally going on a public forum to embarrass your husband.
I think it's okay if both parties are in agreement with the open relationship.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about embarrassing him
on the show, on the red table thingy.
Basically saying that he's not a good lover. I mean, what is that? I mean, as a man, that's
she said that?
It was a really big thing.
She kind of insinuated that.
Oh.
I just find that's I'm not. I have no problem with people being in open relationships as long as it's a mutual agreement. But you can tell.
You can also keep it quiet too.
You can tell. Will is more into this relationship than she is. She's the one in favor of open relationships. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. He did it because he's one of those guys, you know, like I was when I was younger. Like, I fell in love with this one girl. This is the only girl I'm ever going to have. I need this girl. I will put up with a lot of shit. He even said it. He's like, in life, you put up with a lot of things that make you crazy. You say something like that?
And he said love will make you
Love will make you crazy. Well, hey, look at, you're crazy right now, bro. Maybe it's time to let that go.
I think, he was admitting that.
I think it's time. I think it might be time to let that go. He's
had a different wife, though, right?
He had a different, he was engaged to somebody when he was really young.
Yeah, and he has another kid.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Such an odd thing that you're rich, famous, and you still won't leave. I guess it is love. I mean, as toxic as it may be.
I mean, is it fair to say it's toxic? I don't know. I don't like that word. I don't like that word because it just seems like if she's a bad person. But I don't think she's a bad person. I just think that's who she is. I don't say a bad person. It's just her personality. I don't think she clicks with Will.
I don't know.
I was going to say she is who she is.
Yeah,
he should know that if she wants to date other
then you need to make a decision.
You need to be okay with it.
Let her date other men and just fucking leave. I mean,
unless he's fine with it, then
but I think his mentality right now is kind of off. I think he
might not be well right now.
I think he needs some therapy in his life just to, you know, help him, you know, not explode like he did, because he literally exploded twice and completely opposites of emotions.
Yeah.
He exploded in anger, exploded in crying and emotion. Like, that's crazy. In less than 10 minutes.
Son demonio.
Sure. Whatever. Speaking of, you said something about demons.
I know.
Okay. You know Spanish, right?
Yeah.
You know, okay. So speaking about supernatural, you believe in ghosts?
I was saying no.
You don't?
I don't think so. But I'm always scared because I say no, I'm going to see one. Like, they're going to be like, you
I don't think it works that way.
So, like, Ghostbuster ghosts? Like, what kind of ghosts are we talking about?
No, I don't know. My grandma's huge into, like, there's always spirits and ghosts around you. So I was, like, grown up to believe that.
Wait. Is she religious?
No.
Okay, so we're talking about, like, fake ghosts.
Why are you calling it a fake ghost?
Shut up.
Why are you calling it a fake ghost?
No, I mean, she would tell us that the angel and the devil follows us. And like, if you're making bad decisions, it's the devil, or it's the angel. And I'm always...
like the shoulder one. You talking about the little one? The little one that's here?
No, but they're like entities behind
Yeah.
you. And I always thought I made that up until like, oh no, she told me the same thing. And she had like voodoo dolls and stuff like that. So I was grew up, Furbies were haunted. And
Furbies?
Like the kid's toy. So she'd have them under her bed.
Oh my God. I remember when I was a kid in church, they would say that stuff was kind of
like
you
they
weren't
say
supposed
that?
to play with that shit.
Okay, because I loved
Or
the
the
toy
Ouija board.
and I wanted to
the
play
Ouija
with
board.
it, but
Big
they
time.
were
The Ouija board.
haunted.
You weren't supposed to play with the Ouija board or whatever.
And I did that too. I was so scared.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
But now
All of it's a bunch of bullshit.
I think so now.
Including yours, John. It's a bunch of bullshit.
No.
Bunch of bunk.
Like, if we're talking about those TV shows like
oh yeah,
Ghost Hunters and shit like that.
I believe that more than I believe.
What?
Really? You're such a liar. You're such a liar.
At least that kind of makes sense. At least someone actually died in that room that we can physically check that person died.
I'm not denying that somebody died, but if a door slammed shut, that could have been production doing that. Come on.
Yes, exactly. Or they're like taking the temperature.
Yeah.
The pipes in the wall, like water moving. It's so stupid. And like the temperature, it's colder over here.
Anybody who watches those shows and actually believes that shit's going on is like,
it's fun to watch.
They got problems. Well, who believes that stuff? I wouldn't. Never in a million years.
So what ghost do you believe in?
It's so distracting when he gets up. Stop doing that.
Can we move past that? I mean, I have to do that.
Ever.
Jonathan, I need you to carry the conversation. What do I have you here?
What ghost?
Huh?
What ghost do you believe in?
I don't believe in ghosts.
He believes in the Holy Ghost.
So
isn't that what it is?
No, like
supernatural things,
demons and stuff. Oh,
we'll go more
stuff
into it.
Always freaked me out. I don't know. I had a cousin one time before I got married. He moved in with me. We shared an apartment. And he went
Sounds
to go.
Like an Aaron story.
Yeah, Aaron story. He went to go watch Paranormal Activity, and now we were all raised in a Pentecostal Christian sort of deal. So he goes to watch this movie. He's thinking it's going to be like about aliens, which I'm cool with. I can watch an alien movie and be fine. No, it's demons. That kid he was so fucking freaked out that he got me freaked out. He asked to sleep in my room and we're mid-20s.
Oh,
like,
okay.
it was that bad. But we grew up in that stuff, so we believe it. And
isn't the movie called what's the movie
Paranormal
called?
Activity.
So
Yeah.
why wouldn't you think it's about that?
I don't know. It's just like a vague title. It could be anything, I guess. But once he knew it was about that, he was like, Jonathan, I couldn't even really watch the movie. And my friends are watching it just fine because they don't believe in that stuff. But I do. So it just freaked them out for like, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
You want me to tell you what that is?
What?
Why you're spooked by that stuff? Because you were taught to be spooked by that stuff.
I know.
Doesn't mean that it's real. You were taught to be spooked by that stuff.
Doesn't mean that.
Because when I was a kid, everything spooked me.
Yeah.
Why? Because I grew up in a condition or in a community where you weren't supposed to play with these things.
Yeah,
No explanation. No explanation. You were just not supposed to play with these things because whatever. Okay. What do you mean this could happen? What do you mean a demon? What is a demon? We weren't even allowed to ask that question. You can't even explain what is a demon. John, what is a demon?
I don't know. It's some kind of
Google
spirit that could possess you.
So can you be possessed?
I've never been possessed.
No,
Do you believe in exorcism?
Yeah.
I mean, why are you putting me on the spot like this?
Because it's fun.
Sure.
Do you believe in the power of Christ compels you, that kind of thing?
The
holy water
the
throwing.
Catholic one? We don't have holy water.
I know you don't, but I'm just saying.
So-
I'm just using it as an example. Okay, back to my point. So since I was brought up in that, I grew up thinking all that stuff was real, right? Legitimately real. You literally are taught that this is real, as real as this wall, as this stuff, as you, right? When I left religion, right, my mind eased on that. It's like that stuff doesn't spook me anymore. I'm not a fan of watching horror movies. Just me, period. I'm not a big fan.
You're just in general
Big pussy,
shit.
yes.
Chicken shit.
Sure, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I'm right there with
But I rationalized it in my head now. So like, I know it doesn't exist. You know what helped me really? Acting. Because they're fucking movies.
Yeah.
And I know what goes
Easy.
on in the movie.
Yeah, even like we're talking like it could be production moving around, and that's why they're
Sure.
hearing ghosts. But I don't know why you believe in that show though.
I don't believe it. I just
Being an
I do
actor,
it to
you
bust his
know
chops.
like
I do
everything
it
that
to bust his
goes.
chops. I do think people have had experiences that are not explainable, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean it was a spirit.
Coincidences, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, but the thing is, we don't know. And the problem is, we don't admit that we don't know. We want to give it a reason when in reality, we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Christianity, we blame it on a demon. We blame it on a God. People that believe in supernatural things say it's a spirit or whatever. Or, that's what they say. So if the door closes magically by itself, it could have been because, let's say this door, for example, we're in the basement, right? If somebody opens the door upstairs, usually what happens is that there's like a vacuum of air that draws through the house, right? So if that door is really close to closing, if you
Speaking of, that did freak me out like a couple days ago.
that happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say that happens, right? So we obviously know there is an explanation for why it happens, right? So if you don't know of that concept and it happens, you start to, if you grew up in religion, the fuck was that?
Or without it, and just like my grandma.
You start to think that it's
You're
you
on
go
your
to
knees and praying in
you go
less
to
than
every
a quarter of a
crazy
second.
cockamamie fucking idea before you actually start
The
thinking about it.
logical one.
Instead of the
Yeah.
logical one. But that's human nature. That's how it is, But again, once I got out of religion, everything kind of, I started thinking about why did the door close? There has to be a reason behind it.
Or now I don't even think about it. I'm like, oh, whatever.
No.
Yeah, I don't really think about it too much anymore either. I haven't seen anybody get possessed in a long time. Mind you, I don't necessarily think people get possessed. I think people just are crazy and do crazy things. Anyways,
Well,
so what do you believe in? People like to ask that question to
What
me.
do I believe
apparently,
in? In what way? You talking about God?
Sure. Let's go there. Are you a religious person?
No.
Never brought up religion? Or you just said your grandma was the one that was doing the
Yeah, the voodoo and all that.
what do they call it? Yeah, voodoo dolls that stabbing them.
Is she
I don't like this person.
Peruvian?
She's Honduran.
Okay.
Microphone.
She's Honduran.
Okay.
No, I've always been very curious on people that don't grow up like we did. I'm always been
I
very
was
curious.
taught religion. Like I got confirmed, and then once I got confirmed, I have like an older brother, and it's just me. So once I was confirmed, then my parents were like, "Okay, we don't need to do this anymore.
We don't know what.
We don't have to like go to church
So
anymore."
that's like a Catholic thing.
Okay.
That was
that's
no Lutheran.
Oh, Lutheran.
I can't even
Okay,
remember, but
confirmed.
sure.
yeah, confirmed.
That's like the finish line. Like once we get there, we did our job. We don't gotta worry
yes,
about this.
Okay.
it's there.
If
They
she
can
fails,
go.
she fails.
Yeah,
It's one of those.
yeah. So yeah, it is weird for a Hispanic family not to be religious like mine was.
That's
Not. Isn't it weird?
Yeah, because I mean, well, if you think of we're Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are most of them are either evangelicals or they're Catholic.
Yeah.
Mexicans are usually mostly for the most part are usually Catholic or whatever. So it's kind of crazy to think of like how countries kind of
Yeah.
focus on one thing or whatnot.
I don't know why mine wasn't, but yeah.
It's okay.
So
You have a whole different perspective, which makes you a more interesting person than Jonathan is.
What?
we grew up. I went to church, and I always never like agreed with what they said, or I hated what they said.
You hated what they said?
I did because they would just like talk shit. You know, they would be like,
Shit about what?
gay people go to hell. All these things that like I was scared of. Your
Okay,
dog can't go to heaven.
I forgot because all dogs go to heaven.
They don't though. Not at my church.
Not at your church?
They
not
said
at our
that.
church either. Apparently dogs and animals
They
don't
don't.
count.
They don't exist.
Fido is gonna stay down here.
Yeah. So I don't know when I stopped. I think I never did believe.
I
I
don't
just
think I
had
did.
to
Well,
go,
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever did either.
and it was fear. Because the whole like hell thing did scare me about coming out for a while, and then I was like, "What?
Let's talk
So
about
What
that.
is this?"
It wasn't people that scared you or people's opinions of you. It was hell that scared you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But isn't that what it's supposed
No,
to do?
both. Don't
It's
worry.
supposed to
Okay.
scare
It was
you.
both. Don't
I feel
worry.
like it's supposed to scare
It
you.
was. Yeah, it wasn't just like the
It's
thought of it. It was
fear-mongering.
people telling
Yeah.
me.
Religion is fear mongering, is what it is.
It was.
That's what
So
they do.
doing like the right thing. Yes.
Speaking of, coming out,
Coming out.
how
yes.
was that process for you? How old were you?
It's like you're constantly coming out. Because like you
Okay.
didn't know. You probably assumed that I wasn't.
I mean, I don't tend to, me honestly, I don't assume anymore.
That's
I really don't.
That's awesome. But
I
yeah, so I'm like always telling people. I feel like that's hard, but because I've had bad experiences.
Yeah.
Coming out, I was 19 when I was like, okay, I'm done. Everybody that needs to know knows.
Sure.
I don't remember the first person. I do remember people I came out to, but the first time I told like one of my best friends, I just like got blackout and told her. And I remember we were like serving at TGI Fridays, and she's like, "Oh, you remember like what we talked about yesterday?" I like remembered the party and all that. I didn't know she like put me to bed, and I like confessed everything to her.
Oh, you were drunk.
You were drunk.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Like carried to the bed kind of thing.
Yes,
Nice.
like I.
Those are good times. Good times.
We-
good times.
I
But
think
don't
I went
remember.
to work
Never been
still.
there.
Never?
No, not
I don't
black
think
out.
I've been like that either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I had
It's a-
something on my mind.
It's a new age thing because we were kids. We couldn't even drink when we were fucking. Well, I did.
I
You
was
couldn't.
19. Not like that's
It's
legal.
illegal. That's illegal. Completely illegal.
Wow.
But it's okay. Continue your story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. So it was at Fridays, and I remember she's like, "Do you remember what you told me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I remember everything." Playing
I
it
don't
off.
remember shit.
Yeah, I don't remember. I had locked my keys in my
Enlighten
car.
me. Please enlighten me.
And she was like, "You told me that you liked girls." And I remember I was like, "What?" Like, no.
No.
I remember going to the bathroom, and she pulled me. I was like, "I'm not like into everyone," and like all that. And she's like, "And if you were, it's fine." Like, she was so nice. But I'd locked my keys in my car, so she was my ride, and I just like wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I remember serving even. So
Did
it
you
was
feel like
"Can
a
you
sense
sing?"
of embarrassment?
Yeah.
See, I think that's not cool, and I think that's just like the world. Like I feel like that's not cool. Like I think if you're gay or whatever or anything, whatever you are, you shouldn't feel that.
Now I agree. Now it's like, okay, I'm gay. Whatever you think about that, like that's your
Whatever.
Prerogative.
your problem.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with it, then no, you have a problem. It's not.
Sure.
I don't care
Right.
anymore.
And
But
that's
it
how-
wasn't like that.
I think you should again, like when you said like, which is interesting because you said you probably assumed that I was whatever, and I'm like, hey, what's interesting because I think not a lot of people more people should think like me, like where I'm like I don't necessarily when I see someone say, well, she must be gay or whatever. I don't even if you look, let's just say because I don't think there's a look to being gay. I don't think there's a particular look.
Flannel.
But if you want to flannel your cousin, good Lord. If you want to say, let's use the movie description of what we think of a gay guy, which is usually very flamboyant, blah 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 blah. I wouldn't even really jump to that conclusion.
I don't
And
either.
I feel like most people should be that way. Like
I agree.
Inform yourself. Ask somebody. I mean, I wonder.
I wouldn't ask someone because what if
Maybe
they're
not
not
like that.
ready?
That's true.
Because
You know what? I could take that. But shouldn't it be the same kind of?
Ass.
Hold on, but wouldn't it be like?
no, people do.
No, but don't you
Really?
ask people
Yeah.
like, are you dating someone? I mean, are you do you
Exactly.
have a girlfriend? Like, if you're a guy, wouldn't your
Very.
question be, do you have a girlfriend?
I
Yeah.
don't ask.
Why is
those
that
types
normal
of
then?
Things.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
you don't, but everybody.
I'm assuming if I'm asking, they're a stranger, obviously, right? Because I don't know their
Well, isn't
fucking life
everyone at
story.
first?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, duh.
So
then
I
you would
guess
have
I'll
to find
just-
out somehow.
I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Eventually.
So like, if
No,
you go to a club or whatever, a bar, like if I find a girl attractive, one of my first questions is, do you have a boyfriend? Because I don't feel like getting slapped. Like
Not
Chris Rock.
high or
You know
anything.
what I'm saying? Like I really don't want. So like, but then the thing is, you're already kind of jumping to a conclusion and thinking that they're straight or
And
whatever.
they say, yeah, I got a boyfriend. And then you say, yeah, that don't matter, right?
No, I've never said that in my life before.
Yeah.
I'm retired. Leave me alone. I'm retired from that game. So continue. I'm sorry. I think I interrupted you. So you were kind of
19.
19 coming out.
I was so nervous because I had always heard you go to hell and all these things.
See?
So I wasn't like, I believe that, but I believe people don't like me because of this one thing.
Sucks. That's a
Yeah.
bad
And I knew my
mentality.
family wouldn't like it and
Yeah.
no one expected it. And so it was like, I should have just ripped off the Band-Aid, but I didn't. I told like all my friends individually. I knew who I was going to lose, so I was like, whatever, like mentally prepared. But it was like the people that I loved. I was like, their opinion is really going to matter and like really going to hurt me. So I need to like set aside time to tell them. And like that was more scary.
Was that a rough situation? Like a rough time when you actually sat down and talked to them? Or
Yeah. I like.
there, or should I bleep this all out?
I'm out.
They really didn't know. Because I feel
No.
like parents got the sense sometimes.
I always had like boyfriends.
Oh, well,
Also, you were into
there
guys
you
at
go.
one point. Or not really. Then.
I
guess not really.
had to be.
Kind of
right?
a beard
Well, I mean,
type of deal. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. I thought that you had to be. It wasn't all my friends are super straight.
Okay.
And so they were talking about experiences always with guys. And I was always like, oh, you like that? And it sounded like you pretended like me. You
so
like
you
that?
pretended the whole you pretended the whole
No,
time? or-
I like emotionally, I feel bad because I like dated people. And
No,
but-
say it.
no,
All right.
I have like emotionally liked people, yes. But no, not like
Not on the-
physically
yeah.
and all that. So not like completely, no.
Okay, that's understandable. That's
Yeah.
understandable. I mean, it's not. I mean, I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
and you got to remember, I had an interesting time around LGBT.
Oh, what's going on here? What are you?
No, not.
Oh,
I was
okay. I
dating.
don't know.
Okay, first of all, John, you know this story. Like, I mean, I don't understand. Joey was here, and we talked about this. So Joey is gay, part of the LGBT community,
Okay.
and his best friend Gabby, I was dating at one point. And she's completely lesbian now and the whole 9 yards, and I don't know if that made me feel good or not because
Was it right after you?
Yeah, I was like right. No, well, she was okay. Hold
Yeah.
on, she was bi. She was bi. She
That's what,
liked both.
but I was too.
She liked both, but then after me, she completely just closed the door.
that,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
"God,
that's
Lee,
like
I-
a baby step. You have to say you're bi
Sure. I mean, I get it. I mean, and
because it completely feels it out. It's like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm still normal a little. You
Yeah.
guys still like
Halfway.
Yeah,
normal.
I'm halfway
Yeah.
normal. I'll feel tested out,
no. I mean,
and then
so here's an interesting question. Do you ever see yourself having kids?
yeah,
So what's your plan for? If you don't mind me asking, I mean, I'm assuming obviously you can adopt and whatever, or do the whole what's the word? Test tube ones. What do they call it? I forget. I know that sounds stupid when I say that. But,
that's how they make the baby.
Artificial insemination.
That's what the word I'm looking for.
Is that really what they call it? Is that really what they call it?
Something.
Is it not?
It's something.
Did I just embarrass myself?
No, I don't know.
Artificial insemination.
Yeah, I think
a surrogate. No,
a surrogate would be
they carry the baby
for you. But you would still need a man and a female. A man and a female.
Artificial insemination is you're pregnant. The other one is somebody else is pregnant for you.
Yes.
Or adoption. Those are
I guess adopt. I don't know. I'll cross that
bridge when you get there.
Bridge later.
I've always been curious about.
I have too been curious as to what will go down. But
so here's the interesting question about something like that. So let's say
I got one too.
Go knock it out. Go.
You seriously no pleasure out of it, guy?
What do you mean?
At all? No, it just put you off.
Wait,
no. It didn't
real quick, before we, if it gets a little too
no, I'm fine.
Into the vulgar-ish thing, let me know. We can switch
I'm not trying to be vulgar. But we're talking about asking.
But we're talking about acts here at this point already. We're talking about any kind of pleasure from a man. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's not to the point where it's gross. No, not I feel that way over somebody.
But it just didn't do anything for you.
No, I'm not going to say it didn't do anything.
She's trying to protect the people that she dated. It's all right. All right, let's move on.
No. I mean, there were good moments.
There were a few of them, probably.
Yeah, there we go. But there were a few good moments. There were, yeah. So I'll put that out there for exes.
I'll increase that question. So here's my thing. And this is the thing. And again, if I get too far, you let me know and I'll stop. I get what his question is.
I do too.
So let me go. I'll go an inch deeper. That sounded so stupid.
Did you plan to say that?
No, I did not. I swear I did not.
It looks like you're turning red.
Good Lord. Back to you, John.
You're not
okay, so whenever, okay, now obviously me and John were kids at one point, right? And we watched porn. No, we were a little older than you. So, John, don't make that face like you never freaking rented a porno. Stop your shit.
Oop.
Oh my. Okay, never mind. We're gonna
rented.
What's renting?
It was free.
We used to rent. We used to have to rent or actually buy pornos.
There were stores.
Yeah, there were stores that had these things called DVDs, and they would, or video cassettes, whatever.
Video cassettes of porn.
VHS.
Oh, okay.
VHS
I was gonna say.
Yeah, the audio. You have to get the audio book version of it. It's just sounds.
I saw a kaleidoscope thing one time. Yeah.
I totally forgot. Okay, so. You would run into the whole lesbian porn thing and you would see what girls do.
Yeah.
Right. And my thing with that is when you watch lesbian porn, for the most part, or not most part, but some of the ones you would see, it's they grab strap-ons and this. And I'm like, okay, so they're basically doing what a guy does for you. So it's not necessarily the member.
No.
It's the person, right? I'm assuming
it's the person,
the same concept. You're doing the same act, quote unquote. Right? Act.
Yeah.
But
I mean, a lot of things are
absolutely different.
It's better, in my opinion.
John, you want? No.
In my opinion.
Okay.
I asked my question. I'm done.
Really? You gave up on this conversation?
Yeah.
I like this conversation. This conversation is juicy.
It's not like, no. It's not like it was always bad. There were good times.
No, of course.
No,
I'm assuming there had to have been a good time because you shared it with someone and all this, right?
What do you mean?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, so you know where I'm going.
And also I thought about that too, about gay porn. It's a lot of people watched it that were Christians. How do you hate gay people if you're
watching gay porn?
If you're getting off to lesbians?
Who'd you catch doing that?
I never caught anyone, but I guess I'm making assumptions.
Well, what was that? What was that famous gospel singer that had a porno? He was obsessed. Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin got busted with that shit. And he's a big time. He's a big time Jesus man.
What does that mean, Jesus man?
He was the Jesus man, isn't he? He believed in Jesus.
He's a gospel singer.
Good one actually. He was actually pretty good. He was very entertaining. I find it interesting. So men. So if you. So you. Okay. Back to finding a man
honestly don't
attractive
think
in a
it's
way.
a sexual thing. I think maybe you just connect more with women than with men.
Yeah. that too.
Why so?
Why?
Yeah. Like, maybe because you haven't found I'm not trying to convince you to go with a guy. I'm like, maybe you didn't find the right guy.
Oh, not at all.
Really?
Yeah, really.
But then that would, you know what, John,
I
we shouldn't say
tried
stuff
my
like
best.
that. We shouldn't say stuff because
I'm
then
not saying anything.
the conversation will get flipped to us to be like, did you find the right guy?
Yeah, did you?
I mean, I found John.
Oh.
No, don't
Congrats.
do that. Stop.
He's my man. I'm just kidding.
See, it's just like that. Like, why? Oh, I guess I'm assuming that you don't like men. So,
No.
yeah, exactly. So, why don't you?
That's an interesting question.
So, it's the same for me.
I wonder if it was because, again, I was brought up a certain way because we didn't know any different.
I was brought up to hate it, though.
You were brought up to hate what? Gay?
Yeah. I heard that.
But we were brought up kind of like that too. We're not maybe not to hate it, but like against it.
No. I mean, they told us if you're gay, it says in the Bible you're not supposed to be, so you're probably not going to where
You would want to go.
Yeah.
Fear mongering again.
But they never said to hate gay people.
You don't see it though in the media and that they.
I mean, the Bible only says that it's an abomination.
No,
it only
Thank
says
you.
it's an abomination.
I'm just saying through the lens of the church that I used to go to. They
Well,
never
that's a
said
good church
if
if they
people
don't
are
say
gay,
that.
they're terrible people and stay away from stuff like that. At least I'd never heard it.
I shall repeat it. It only says it in the book that
I was gonna
it's
say
an abomination. I mean, that's what it said.
that's what I heard too, but maybe I honed in on that because I was, and that scared me.
That's what it says.
That could have been it. Because
I mean, it does say that.
And you know how many times I've heard like, oh, like I don't hate gay people, I just like hate like the sin, or I just like
sin, yeah.
like I don't hate you, but God does. It's like that's so shitty to say. Okay,
Yeah, that's
God
so
hates
bad.
me.
That's bad. Yeah,
I'm glad
that's-
you
No,
like
but
me, but
it
like
doesn't
the ruler of
say
your
that,
world
does
doesn't.
Hey, God does not approve of that.
God does
At
not
all.
approve, but God loves everybody.
Again,
But
an
what if he
abomination
does
is the word that's
approve?
used. This is
What if God
getting
does
spicy
approve?
here.
I don't think he does.
He might.
It says it in the Bible.
See, now you're proving your point.
Look, I look at this again. Once I got out, I kind of obviously opened my eyes a little more to it, and then again, I experienced a lot when I was dating, Gabby and hanging around with Joey and those guys.
Put their name out there.
I mean, how many Gabby's
they've
so
been
common.
on the show.
Gabby's so common. Who's gonna know? Either way, I don't think she would mind. I experienced a lot. I saw a lot because I would go hang out with them, and Joey was gay, so we would go to like parties that are LGBTQ and all this, and I would see. I got exposed to these things when I was younger, and again, these are things that I was told or taught like. No, this is wrong. You're gonna get possessed by a demon here, or whatever, and it's like, I mean, I've heard preachers on YouTube saying stuff like that, like if you're gay, it's like you can
pray
demon,
the gay away, yeah.
You have a demon inside you that's gay, and I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily true. Maybe people just like who they like.
Yeah, and is it a big deal compared to all the other sins? I mean, it's not like I haven't
it shouldn't
killed
be a big
anyone.
deal.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you just like women. Again,
Yeah.
and what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on your side 100%. 100% on your side. John, what side are you on?
I mean,
I'm kidding. I didn't mean to
I'm
put you
big
I'm
on
sorry.
gluttony. I eat like a pig sometimes, so
Sorry.
who am I to talk?
What
Yeah.
else did we talk about beforehand? Oh, we were talking about the abortion thing, right? We'll talk about that. Look at you guys still serious.
No.
'Cause that's an interesting topic. I think. So are you more on the Democratic side or Republican side?
I think
You're more Democratic.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I want to say.
I was gonna say I'm gay.
I've
I'm
seen-
gay.
no, but I've seen Republicans that are gay. I mean, it's just like,
Rare.
it's rare.
What about you guys? It's okay.
I think
it's okay.
we've spoken about this. We're basically smack in the middle.
And this is the one thing me and him kind of agree on the most on. Like I tend to look at both sides of the equation because I think there's benefits on both sides.
Okay.
Again, like with me, certain like the Republicans are really on gun control and this or whatever parties on gun control. There's a lot of good things.
Control Democrat.
I don't like to put myself on one side because I don't agree with everything. Being on the
I'll
blue
just say
side,
I'm liberal. How about that?
but liberals considered more democratic.
Yes, that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
yeah,
Yes.
Are you
So, I mean-
super liberal? I think the only way this country's gonna get a little bit better is if they meet in the middle somehow, some way. There's got to be some type of.
How?
I don't know. That's for them to figure out.
I think the first thing would be talking. Would be the first thing.
Yeah, talking.
And I think that's part of the big issue.
Absolutely hating the other side.
Yes,
and then you're
but
really
that's,
not
both sides
anywhere.
are guilty of that. Both sides are guilty of
Yeah.
that. It's not
There's
just
no
There's
compromise.
going to be extremists.
I think a lot of people like to say, well, the liberals are more dramatic than the Republicans and vice versa. I'm like, look, both sides have their fucking extremists, like you said.
Extreme.
I think we do need to come to a compromise, but I think it's a generational thing, right? Because like right now, I don't think talking is encouraged or even like remotely even tried to be used. I think it's always like you're either on this side or you're not, and if you're not, you're a bad person. That's a horrible way to think sometimes. My opinion. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I agree.
like I can't, like again, I mean, me and John disagree on a few things. I don't hate him. I understand it, and we rib at each other for it and whatever, and we become better people for it because I have a little bit of both sides of the equation, you know? Wait, did you vote for Biden?
Mm-hmm.
So you're enjoying your high gas price right now?
I love it.
I love the stickers that I see all the time. Like, I did this. Dude, it was like $6 this morning.
That's a
$6
bargain.
gallon.
Wow.
It's a bargain?
In California, it's $7.
Well, sure, I guess. Holy crap.
No, I know. I mean, I don't know if I'm like Biden, but I was just very anti-Trump.
Why so? Just out of curiosity.
Why?
2 seconds on this one.
2 seconds.
Yeah,
I didn't like his
quick, real quick.
policies. I didn't like how he spoke and how much it divided everything.
Does it shock you that these were the 2 best that they could come up with? Like,
Yes, I thought that a lot.
right?
Yeah, I did think that a lot. I was like, come on.
In all of America, these 2 guys.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was when Trump won, he had the advantage of being a popular figure. We've never had that besides, who was it? Jimmy Carter?
Ronald Reagan.
Reagan was the actor?
Yeah, he was the actor.
Why the hell am I thinking Jimmy Carter?
I don't know.
Sorry. Jimmy Carter was a carpenter. Oh, whatever he was.
Okay.
Whatever.
And George Washington had
wooden teeth. And so I think since he was such a figure in the public eye, it would be like The Rock running for president.
Oh God, no!
Right? Because The Rock is so popular, he'd probably win just by his fans alone.
Was Trump
he would win.
that popular?
At one point, yeah.
I mean, I watched The Apprentice, but I wasn't like, whoa.
He was
mind blown by.
He was a very popular figure at one point. You know what I'm saying?
I think before my time, maybe.
I mean, he was known. He was a very known individual.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't against him running because I thought he brought a different perspective. Because we've always had congressmen or political people always running for president. We've never had anyone who was like a business savvy person or whatever, and you know, who dealt with money.
Is he that business savvy?
I mean, he's pretty rich and he's gone into bankrupt a couple times.
I was
going to
say, but his family.
But he's also come out of it a couple times.
But has he gotten the silver spoon?
I sure.
Kind of,
but again, yeah. But I mean, you got to remember. Just because you have $1 million doesn't mean you're always going to have $1 million. This man has lost money and gained a shit ton and lost money and come back. And that he has to be doing something well. I'm not saying he's a great person.
He's got a bunch of followers.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's a great person. I'm just saying, like, I never saw a president that was like him. Okay. Now, my issue with Trump, I'm not a Trump guy, but if you would have told me to pick, I didn't vote because I didn't want either of them. Right, this second time, or the time that he ran twice. But if you put a gun to my head and tell me which one I wanted, I would have rather have Trump right now, and I'll tell you why.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why. And the only thing Trump had to do to make himself a better president is do what I'm going to do right now. If Trump would have turned off the microphone and not said anything,
no, he loves
and stopped
to,
talking. That was his biggest flaw. I think his biggest flaw was because he talked too damn much. He didn't know, and he talked too much and. Biden should talk a lot less because he can't speak at all. He talks so damn slow.
But and Trump made a lot of sense when he spoke.
No, he didn't. He didn't. But his and this is why I thought it was interesting when you said his policies, because he had a lot of policies that were very positive for the country overall, right? Maybe not for me individually per se, but overall the outcome was a positive, right? So the government was in a surplus at the time, was moving up, right? Our revenue was high. We were creating our own gas or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Everything was kind of going in an upward trend. Okay. That's undeniable. That happened, right? Regardless if we like him or not, that's what happened. 2 days after he gets out of office, right? Biden signs a piece of paper and then the pipeline gets closed down and prices start to go up and up and up and up and up. We can't say anything but say that Biden did this, right?
I don't know. I'll admit I don't know a lot on that, so,
okay, so
I won't say anything to agree or disagree because I don't know.
So to put a bow on this one really quick, Trump was a horrible person.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think he was a horrible president. Okay, so if you take away all his TikToks, all his fucking
but that
Twitter,
plays into it.
No, I get it, but I'm talking about just what he did in the government. Like his decisions in government, I don't think he did a bad job. Now, what he did really bad was that he fucking opened his mouth all the time. Like, I don't understand. Why didn't he just
definitely wasn't a people person? That's for sure.
he wasn't.
No, people loved him.
Well, people in his camp. You have people that followed him. I get
a lot of people that hated him too.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get that regardless. But you got to stop. Okay, it's like Obama was a very beloved president, right?
Was he?
Oh yeah. I think he was very positively looked at.
I mean, you're always gonna have if he's a Democrat, Republicans aren't gonna like him that much. But
would you say overall he was a positive president? Positively looked at, I guess.
I
guess
think so.
so.
But I don't think everybody saw him that way.
But he really didn't do much for us in the government. And that's just the truth. His policies weren't great. The only thing he did well was that he did the opposite of what Trump does. He talks great. One thing Obama did amazingly, he knew how to talk to people. He knew how to get you to believe in what he was saying. Everything. Every time he was on a speech, I tuned in because he had a way of like talking. I don't know.
Yeah, he was charismatic.
Yeah, there was something about him. Like, damn, bro. That's nice. Like you believed in him, you know? But then you had other presidents, like the same thing with Bush. Bush was kind of like, you know, he was kind of
goofy.
Yeah, he was kind of with the or whatever. He would laugh or whatever, and I think somebody threw a shoe at him once.
He dodged it.
Yeah, he dodged it. Pretty good.
Two of them.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. You know, then we had Clinton. Clinton was cool because everybody kind of related to Clinton. So he messed around with that chick, and he cheated on his wife. I mean, I don't know. Presidencies are weird. Again, we always have these weird.
Shouldn't be talking about the Clintons.
Why?
Something might happen to you.
Godly. Anyways, again, Trump to me, I was kind of like 50-50 on him. He's like, he's an idiot. He doesn't know how to talk. But I mean, he did do some things that were to me positive in the sense of government. That's just me, my opinion. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
This is the best we could fucking muster up.
But then, I mean, Biden's kind of. I mean, then
he's old. I'm not even.
I mean, Trump's old too, though.
But Biden is showing his age.
Again, I say
there's got to be an age limit.
Who falls
going the other way around?
Going upstairs. I mean, that's rough.
Old people.
Anyways, so what do you got coming up?
I have. Well, tell me about the short.
Oh, can we talk about the short?
You in it too?
No, he's not in it.
God.
Why did you look disgusted about it?
No. People, just because I'm not on the show, people kind of tend to think I'm an actor. I'm not.
Are you not?
No, God, no.
Why not?
Because
they asked him this a couple times already. Why not?
I don't want to be.
Why not?
Okay.
For the same, I mean,
that's fine. Yeah,
that's fair. I guess
that is fair.
I mean, I don't know how to ask me a question because I don't know how to. I don't really want to give out too much.
We can talk after about it. We can talk.
Come on.
Don't you want to tease it a little
or whatever? I mean, the story is about a serial killer and his relationship with a particular cop, and it's gonna get a little interesting.
Is the cop who can I say?
No.
Is the cop okay?
No,
don't say anything.
Not yet.
Okay. That's what I mean. Okay, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, not yet.
Fucking secrecy over here.
Yeah, you gotta keep something.
Does he know?
I guess.
Does he know? Yeah, he read it. He knows.
Can I read it?
Huh?
I get to read it now.
No, you get to read it. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So yeah, you get that. That's coming up pretty soon. I'm working on giving you a little more.
Okay.
Because you do have a really small part, but I'm gonna work on giving you a little bit more.
I appreciate that.
What else? Any plans on like vacations or anything coming up?
Oh,
or anything
like
that?
without acting?
Yeah, just in general.
No, I wish.
Why not?
I haven't been. Money?
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Are you
trapped? Gas is $6 a gallon. I mean, yeah.
I don't know where I go now. And two, with the pandemic.
I
still am kind of cautious.
I take vacation trips to Target and just shop
there I go.
and spend a couple $100 every time I go.
to Cancun, Mexico.
Probably
Shot over there in the airports.
that's true.
They shoot like 19 people. It was like
Recently?
Yeah,
I haven't heard about
I
this.
haven't heard about that.
yeah, 19 people.
Well, wait, what happened?
I don't know. So they went to like a cockfighting thing. Some people from Chicago, and they got shot, but they killed like 19 people over there. So somewhere
What kind
in
of
Cancun,
fighting?
Cockfighting.
Like
Is that-
chickens.
Okay,
Roosters?
I thought that was
Yeah.
it, but I
I'm
was
over
like,
here,
was
roost
that
chickens.
actually?
Roosters are the ones that fight.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go to Mexico for anything in the world right now. I don't care if it's a resort, fucking.
Oh man, I mean, there's a lot of places that are safe. You talk about you're picking particular places like that happens randomly on those particular like touristic places.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
You think in Cancun people are dying left and right? On the
Apparently
cartel?
they are.
No, but not like that.
There's 19 people more to add to the tally.
But how many people have survived?
Yeah,
More than 19.
I wouldn't like my odds over there.
I don't like my odds here.
I'm white. I'm gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah,
They're not gonna. Give a
Yeah.
shit.
You're Puerto Rican. You speak Spanish.
They're not gonna
Yeah,
care.
though.
I just start speaking Spanish.
He does it.
You
I
did
do,
earlier.
just,
Okay, let's continue this conversation in español, por favor.
we will not be doing
Pero
that.
¿por qué?
¿Por qué? Yeah. Yo quiero. También.
Ya quiere, viste.
All right, go. Well,
Habla.
knock yourself out. Go ahead.
Tú lo
I'm not
entendiste.
gonna-
Tú lo entiendes.
Do I understand? Yeah.
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 Yeah. See. Okay.
Say something
No.
in español. You know, you listen to all these Bad Bunny songs. Something struck though.
Oh yeah. Culo.
Here we go. Is that it? That's like what my dad
That's
knows
all
in
he's-
Spanish. Puta.
That's all they got.
Puta. Cabrona.
Yeah. That's,
Borracho.
Ah,
Is that too much?
borracho.
Borracho. Cervezas.
Eso.
Yeah.
Viste, ya sabe.
Eso.
She knows the important ones.
Wrong.
That's it. Cabrón. That's a good one. Anyways, anything else that you want to talk about? Another couple minutes? Anything you're interested in? What are
Bring
you
up.
interested in?
Bring some. What about
Huh?
you?
John, what about you?
me? I'm
He's
a very
fucked up right now.
simple fucking guy. I did take a lot of ibuprofen. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
You look a little out of it today.
Yeah. So why don't I act? I don't think I can. I just don't think I can pull it off. Like
Why not?
I wouldn't seem believable at all, and he can attest to that.
Have you
Do I
attempted?
seem fucking believable to you when I act?
More than
You've
me.
been on.
Yeah, you've been on actual TV shows.
That doesn't mean I actually really know how to act. It means I
I mean,
got.
Where have you been
But-
training? Where have
Me?
you done your training?
Oh, I've gone to a few places.
Ooh, Green Box, Xbox. What's that place called?
Xbox? Black box.
Black Box.
I've been to Xbox.
You're an Xbox fan?
I do. Yeah.
You're a PlayStation fan?
Xbox. But I have a PlayStation.
But you're Xbox though, right?
Yes.
What do you play?
Team Xbox.
Like GTA, Red Dead Redemption,
Oh,
the ones that are
that's
easy.
Xbox right here. That does, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm trying to think.
He's a big PlayStation fan.
What's the Elder Ring? What is it? Elden Ring.
Elder Scrolls, the Elder Scrolls ones?
Elder Ring. It's out now.
Elder Ring.
Oh,
Ring.
Yeah.
I'm a Halo guy. Sorry, I'm old. I'm a Halo
No,
guy.
I was gonna say still.
Yeah, still.
It's
Isn't it
still around?
Yeah,
It's
it's
still
awesome.
around.
The new one's awesome.
God.
I tried
Whatever.
playing it from start. Actually,
It's actually a really good game. John, you should play it.
you can't run. That got me frustrated.
Yes, you can.
I started from the first one.
Oh, from the first. Oh, you had the
To
Master
try to
Chief
play
Collection or
the-
whatever.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you. Yeah, you couldn't run back. You know what's funny? I'm playing Infinite, right, which is the newest one, right? And fucking everything's high def, everything moves very well, whatever. So the Master Chief Collection has all the old games.
Yeah.
So I happened to put it on, and I started playing online, and like I think it was like we were playing maps in Halo 3, and I was like, golly, This is the slowest fucking game ever.
You can't run.
Dude, I mean, the funny thing, I think in 3 you could run, but it still felt slow. Like I felt like a Master Chief weighed like a ton.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just, I'm like, move, bro. Like
gravitational force. Maybe he was on Jupiter.
What's you're a gamer then, right? Is that games?
Games where like I can't easily die.
So
like
you
I
don't
like The
games.
Sims.
It's every game. Just put it on easy mode.
No, you still die, bro. What are you talking about?
No, I like to play games. Like I liked like video games a lot. I'm not good, but I will keep doing it. I am the only person
So keep it up.
I will keep it up and not progress in skill.
This was a clip you're gonna clip and record and put on TikTok. That was it right there. Oh, jeez. So what's your
Minecraft? I've been doing that like nightly.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay.
Fall Guys. I did The Sims always growing up.
God.
Okay.
Super Smash Bros. Animal Crossing.
Do you know what's funny? She said, you know what she's saying? She says, the funny thing is she said growing up and she said Smash Brothers. And I'm like, that didn't exist when I was growing up at all. That
Nintendo 64.
That's the earliest console you remember?
And my grandma had Sega.
I remember before that.
I had Sega as well. And I got the first one.
I didn't say it was an amazing one.
You see, and this is the funny part. If you want to talk about hard games in the Sega era, those were some motherfucking hard games. Like I remember playing Lion King. You remember playing Lion King?
Flipped it a bunch of times.
Fuck you then.
What?
You know what? Go to hell.
No,
I never could fucking finish. That game was fucking hard, dude.
I heard it was hard. I flipped it a bunch of, but every Saturday I was playing it.
You put a cheat code, didn't you?
No cheat code.
Fuck, that game was fucking hard. Like literally, like those were hard games. Like I remember playing.
It was just hard in that there was no memory card. You just had to
flip it in one
beat
sitting.
the game
In one
or
fucking
not
sitting.
beat the
Imagine
game.
How old were you guys when you played this?
I was really young. I was like 5,
Like
6-ish.
9, 10.
Yeah, I was 5. I started like Smash Bros.
Like you don't know how happy I was, right? So not recently, but like maybe a few years ago, I bought a little computer, a Raspberry Pi, and I downloaded all the old Nintendo games and stuff like that. So I got
That's
little.
what I said. Raspberry.
It's like a little computer. It's like one of the smallest computers or whatever. So a lot of people dump video games on there, emulators. So I made it my business to finally flip some of the games I could not flip when I was a child. One, because my Nintendo wouldn't work often. It was a hand-me-down from like, and mind you, I got gifted a hand-me-down Nintendo when PlayStation came out. So there's a big gap there, so it was a really old Nintendo. I made it my business to flip Super Mario 3. I always wanted to finish that game. So when I saved that princess, that was the happiest moment of my life. I literally posted a picture of it on Facebook and I'm like, I finally saved this chick. It took me years. And that game was so hard, dude. Here's the craziest part. Nowadays we have all this information, right? So like you can go online, you watch people flip the game and you learn how to do certain things.
Not me still.
Yeah,
I'll try.
Even with help.
She's like for hours on that.
But I have so much fun.
Somehow she could play a Resident Evil game with infinite weapons and still die for some reason. There's some stuff in Mario, like I don't know how people found them. Right? Like back then you had to like discover shit.
Yeah.
And even if you discovered it, how would you find out? Because there was no internet, right? When we were kids, there was no internet.
The books.
Game Informer.
Barely, but who? I mean, we couldn't afford Game Informer.
I couldn't afford.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe my buddy would have figured something out and be like, hey, tap ABXXAB.
My brother's like that. I don't know how. He's like one of those people who just like knows games.
I was a button smasher. That's how I figured
That's
out.
how I play. It still doesn't get any better.
Hadouken!
That doesn't look like you're smashing buttons.
Dude, that's how I would play just doing this. All the buttons or whatever. Like literally, that's all I would do. And somehow something would happen or whatever. What's your favorite game? You just said it, right? Smash Bros?
Well, I mean, growing up, that was
all time.
The Sims.
If there's one, The Sims?
The Sims.
Really? Man,
Sims 2 Ultimate Collection.
I can name.
There's no dying in that game, is there?
Well, I mean, there is because you go through the progress of life. It's like a virtual
bankrupt or something.
You can, and like the Repo Man comes. It's a lot of fun.
But you still live. I would kill myself.
No. You can kill them.
You jump off a building or something?
No. You can like drown them. There's a bunch of creative ways.
I never played that game, and I heard it's like really, really entertaining.
It is.
I mean, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, it's been around.
So I
okay,
assume
besides that game,
what's your next favorite game?
Red
Dead Redemption.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool game. Did you
Love
play
that
it, John?
game.
No?
The second.
The second
I'm
one's
talking
really
about.
good too. I've only played a part of it. It's too much. Like I'm not a fan of. Here's the thing. I think nowadays, like I've grown out of playing story modes. Like I don't play games. Like I buy Halo. I don't even play the fucking story. All I do is multiplayer. I love playing real people.
I was cussing.
I don't. Nobody talks shit anymore either.
No,
that's boring.
Mm-mm.
It was rare. The other day I was playing Infinite, and somebody actually was talking. I was like,
I try and get people to talk too because
but this dude was way into it though. He was too into it. He was like,
I love that.
He was just yelling at shit, and he's like, "What the fuck? About this bullshit?" Some guy that I was playing on Infinite. He was like, "Oh, it's some fucking bullshit, fucking laggers and blah 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 blah."
Like, laggers.
Dude, you're taking it a little too serious. I don't know if he was doing it on purpose. He's probably like recording himself for views on YouTube. But
how do you get people to talk?
Like, hey, I try my hardest.
You want to be friends?
No, when I do, it's just like I troll them.
I feel like I've done that where people like like a few days ago I was playing and there was these group of people and they were talking and they were on my team. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna plug in my headphones. And I was talking with them. Fuck it. I mean, what the hell? I'd rather do that because that's what it was. You remember when Halo 2 first came out and it was like one of the first big games that was online, right? This was talk shit all fucking day.
Oh, yeah, I know the lobby was like brutal.
Because there was no way to separate anybody. It was nowadays I think it's like your team. You could talk with your team. You can't talk with the opposing team. Yeah. Back then it was all, if you're playing Slayer, like all 8 people are in there.
Yeah.
And you're just talking shit. And this guy's threatening people because he could bench more than everybody.
Yeah.
He weight lifts more than everybody.
Me and a guy got to a point where he was gonna fly in or I was gonna fly over there and we were gonna fight.
I think the coolest time I think we ever had playing Halo. I remember 2 specific times that these were like my gaming memories I'll never forget. One time we went to Aaron's school and we played like a tournament.
Yeah.
Like it was me, you, Aaron. I don't know who was our 4th. Could have been David or whatever. And like we ran through everybody. And then we did the same thing with Papo and those guys upstairs. When we threw the Ethernet cable out the window to connect the Xboxes together.
Yeah.
And we were whooping that ass, boy. And they were saying they were good and blah, blah, blah. I think one of them was pretty good. We were whooping that ass. And that was the most satisfying feeling to beat someone in the next room. That's great.
When that was the only way you could play with each other.
Yeah, it was all LAN or whatever.
Yeah.
I always lost. I'm fine with that. It's
it can't be. No. Man, I have thrown some temper tantrums like you wouldn't even believe.
I would throw a temper tantrum every time I play then.
His TV's broken because of a temper tantrum.
Really?
It wasn't him.
Is this recent?
It wasn't him.
No, that was my kid
was
threw something at the TV.
You have kids?
Yeah, 3.
Ooh.
3 of them.
You have 3 kids?
Yeah.
That's fun. No, I don't think that's bad.
That's the reason I can't play video games like that. Yeah.
Weren't you just playing one when I got here?
No. Yeah, for like 10 minutes. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, but no. I kneed my cousin in the mouth one time because he got too mouthy after he won a NBA game.
That sounds fun.
I went up to Aaron and I was choking him. I just remember I was sitting down and getting enraged, and all of a sudden I blink and I'm on his throat choking him.
So you felt like Will Smith?
Yeah, I
understand. So now switch sides.
I understand. Well, I'm sorry for talking shit. I understand. I had bought like a $60 controller and smashed it the next day into pieces. Like, I don't know.
I've never been
I get mad.
I've never been really mad at gaming. The only time I was mad in a situation where games were involved was that one time I had brought the 360 to your house and we were playing Halo 3 and your wife bumps into the Xbox and ruins my disc.
That wasn't my wife. That was one of my kids when they were young.
Your wife did it.
No, defend your wife. Like
it
Will
was
Smith.
Your wife.
Get up.
There was no kids yet. You were still living on Wrightwood. There was no kids.
Hey.
Defend him.
No, the Xbox is supposed to go like that. Not like that. I don't know why you had it standing up.
No, it wasn't even standing up yet.
It was.
No.
Yeah, you can't stand it up.
It was on the ground and she walked in front of it and bumped it with her foot.
And
then the thing was, back then when the Xbox was new, remember even now they have that sticker like you're not supposed to move it while the disc is spinning, right? Because they would burn a circle in the disc and ruin the disc. So she walks by and bumps into it, and then it just stops. And I'm just like,
yeah, he was bad.
I mean, I had to play it off, but I had just got the disc.
What did you do? Were you like, oh,
I paid for it.
He bought another copy.
Knock it off.
So it's not that big of a deal.
I was fucking furious. That was a $60 game back in 2004.
Oh, wow.
That was expensive.
He's really...
That's what games are now.
Oh, my God. I mean, I'm picky
touchy with his stuff.
Yes, I am.
Really, yeah.
Kind of.
No,
yes,
really.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So if I break this...
Oh,
what would happen?
You're off the short.
I'm
We're
off the short.
Replacing.
We have a board here that says people that are not invited back. I'm kidding. I probably wouldn't care in front, but once you left, I would be really fucking pissed.
I don't think you'd be able to hide it. This looks expensive. Yeah.
It's all right.
She's got Power Ranger helmets in his bedroom.
Not my bedroom, in my living room.
Whatever.
Yeah, because that's weird.
So
I don't think that's weird.
I have Power Ranger helmets.
I have
in my
Legos everywhere. Is that weird?
No, that's not
Kinda
weird.
cool.
That's
well, you're younger than he is, so
I'm never gonna stop.
I have a lot of toys.
Me too, and I'm gonna always do that.
Yes, me too.
Go upstairs and talk to my son. He's got a bunch of them laying around.
It's not our fault that we love our childish.
I was gonna say maybe that's the actor thing.
Not
letting go of the imagination.
You let go of everything. It's not my fault.
I had 3 kids. I had to let go.
You don't have to let go of shit. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah, is that what happens? It's scaring me.
Yeah,
I can have kids
You
now.
gotta let go of some things when you have kids. What do you mean? Why?
Can't I be like a kid?
Isn't that
the energy with them?
Why are you saying that? Because they tell you that when you get married in a Pentecostal church, like, what do they say? They say, when I was a child, I played like a child, or some crazy shit. I got to leave all that stuff behind.
Yeah.
You know you don't have to do that, right?
Sure you do.
You could still.
What? No,
says it in the Bible.
Then don't play PlayStation no more. You gonna stop playing PlayStation?
No,
because that's for kids.
Well, what about the Power Ranger? Like, where were you going with that?
Oh yeah, the kids would go downstairs and start touching it, and he would get so flustered, so pissed off. Like
I can see it though.
Yeah, he's giving them the face right now.
No, I can see his point of view as well. But they're kids. Yeah, they're kids.
It's a toy. They're kids. What did you think was
can't
going to happen?
help it.
I understand that they want to touch it. I'm okay with that. I will watch them like a hawk playing with it. Would. Absolutely, because then if not, I'm gonna ask their daddy for fucking every time they break something. Okay. So again, I've looked at the stuff that I have. Right, I look at them like collectibles. Right, if you have a card of Kobe Bryant, you're just gonna let your kid play with the card of Kobe Bryant?
They're not gonna want to play with it.
But if they did, you're just gonna give it to them?
No.
All right then. That's how I feel about my helmets. Leave me alone. I like fucking Power Rangers. Okay?
Is that what you collect?
I'm a big Power Ranger fan. I'm a big Marvel superhero guy.
Okay.
Obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'm covered in this shit. He's an Arnold fan over there. Obviously, for obvious reasons. Speaking of which, the question we ask everybody: do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger is a good actor? Who's Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, I know who he is. The
like
Terminator. No. I haven't seen.
I would have gave you the biggest round of applause if you would have said you didn't know who it was. I would have loved you.
I haven't seen the full movies.
No,
of the
that's
Terminator.
good. That's a
Predator, Terminator.
I haven't seen
Jingle All the Way.
I've seen the clips because everybody talks about his voice.
The clips?
It's just like, I'm sorry.
Total Recall.
So I don't know. Is he a good actor? Or is it just his voice?
No, he's a great actor.
He earned his spot.
He earned his spot.
He earned it.
Of course.
So
that's the one thing we do say. He
earned it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Worked his ass off.
Definitely. But
you think Will Smith would have smacked him in the face?
No, I don't think so.
That's one of the things people were saying. Like, if it would have been The Rock.
Anybody else?
No, maybe not anybody else. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's somebody who's smaller than him that'll probably he'll feel more. Macho
if it was a woman, I don't think he would have done it.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
No,
that would be really bad. That's career suicide. If you
it was like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's attacking him, and I think he knows. Yeah,
I haven't heard anything about Kevin Hart.
Oh, I imagine. I haven't heard it, but
He's a little firecracker.
Yeah.
I mean, you can you really? I mean, Will Smith is pretty tall. Could he even smack Kevin Hart? I mean, small. Anyways,
A stride.
It's possible.
Where can people find you if they want to reach out for auditions or anything like that? Any social medias or anything you want to shout out?
Sure. Facebook is Erica Dankert Romero. And then Instagram it's Erica Isabel. Erica spelled with a C.
How many names you got? What's going on?
That's it.
That's it? That's it? All right.
Erica Isabel.
Erica. Don't you have a middle name?
No, I don't.
No?
Actually, I
don't
don't.
You.
Yeah, you do.
Shut up.
How many names do you have?
I have one name.
Armando.
Shut up. Why do you see? You gotta warm yourself. Bleep that shit out.
What's your name?
My full name is Miguel Armando Rivera. I gotta say it in Spanish like your wife says, right?
Yeah.
Should I say mine? Erica Isabel Dankert. Romero.
That just throws it.
I know.
That's the curveball.
That's like I heard of it.
Is that
Oh my God.
German?
Yeah, I think so. Norwegian.
Wow. That's like
I'm not.
That is a curveball. It's like a Spanish, complete opposite.
Right?
Like
my mom,
Spanish,
Erica Isabel Dankert.
Wow.
It's so
Romero.
weird.
So that's why I'm like, okay, I'll just.
That's awesome. Did you have a good time?
I did. Did you guys?
No, absolutely not.
No?
I'm kidding. Yeah, of course I did.
As
Of course
soon
we
as I
did.
walk out the door.
We always have a good time. This one's not going up either. I'm kidding. No.
Do you not put some people's up?
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay, I have a few things to touch on.
Never for that. I usually, whenever I run into a big problem, I've had episodes that I have that are not aired.
Technical issues.
We have like really bad
people
technical issues, and I don't like to put out a bad product. But I usually inform them that, hey, I ran into this problem. If I'll let you watch it. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. But I'm not going to put it up because the audio sounds like hot garbage or a camera just didn't record well or whatever. I like to be fair and put out a good product.
All right.
Like if the product looks like shit, I'm pretty sure you're going to be like, you shouldn't put it up.
Yeah.
You want a good representation of yourself, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
There
Yeah, he's planning on not putting it up right now.
No.
That's
kidding.
not the case at all. You'd be willing to come back?
Yeah.
Maybe after we shoot.
Yeah,
we
let's
can talk
do
about that
Yeah, we can
experience.
talk. Because now I know now what I can't say. We'll talk after
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
And now
yeah,
I would
there
be
we
able to.
John, you got anything else? Or are you good?
I'm good. Any other last
I gotta cook a tray of lasagna right now.
You that hungry?
No.
Oh.
For tomorrow, I got a party.
Oh, I'm over here thinking I want a burrito.
You know how much it cost? God.
A burrito?
No.
I was going to say, not that much.
Yeah, the Taco Burrito King. I mean, seriously.
Like $50 to make a tray of lasagna. It's crazy.
You'll be all right. You got money. You'll be all right.
Not like that.
Anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Are we good?
I think we're good.
We're good?
We're good.
Until next time.
That's going to be our show for tonight. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, everything we said is in our opinion, and if you don't agree with it, you can piss off.